All right. Welcome back to the healing. Now, in the last video, it was kind of like a special treat video. It didn't really have a ton to do with the story, but we were able to talk with the authors a little bit. You guys remember the authors from The Sign? Well, they're back in the healing, and we got to talk with the authors a little bit. From what Daniel was saying was that they're going to be in each episode, but it's kind of like up to us to find them. Now, if the only way you can access them is by using premium content options, then we're definitely going to find them because we choose the premium option every single time. Now, we have Shadow here. We're trying to hack into a JPEG, a JPG. It looks like a picture. Could be a picture from, well, we know it's a picture from Dr. Crow's phone. Dr. Crow reached out to us and said a couple things, some really cryptic kind of messages talking about the plague and the prison is a prison in which Valentine will die slowly and in solitude. Maybe referencing his claustrophobia. You know, it's the prison that he's stuck in and he'll die slowly in solitude. It's kind of like how he was in the when he was a child in the basement. He was stuck alone by himself in this basement, which caused him to experience this claustrophobia fear of his. Dr. Crow says the only Dr. Crow's healing can break his chains. So does that mean that Dr. Crow is trying to heal these people from their fears? I don't know. And is it these characters? Is it their fears that is the plague? So each person has a different fear. So each person technically has a different plague. But Dr. Crow can heal each of their plagues using his or hers healing. I don't know. I have no idea. But soon we'll understand Dr. Crow's genius. Either way, we're going to go ahead and spend the 50 Bix. That's Bix with a B. Yes, a B, not a D. We're going to spend 50 Bix instantly to uncover this JPG. Skip hacking for 50 Bix. Yes. All right, take a look at this. This is the picture we just uncovered. Medical record. Honorable Master. Who's Honorable Master? Who's this? Is this Zoe? Who is this? Who's the girl? Well, let's read the record. So Honorable Master, my heart is racing. I can hardly believe it, but we are finally about to realize our big goal. Subject Winnie. Oh, this is Winnie. Was Winnie the girl that the previous group? So there was a previous group and they were looking for somebody. They were looking for Sid. So who the hell is Winnie? Is Winnie part of the previous group? I can't remember. I think she was. I think Winnie was part of the previous group. I'm almost certain she was. So subject Winnie, patient 0382, is the first target I observed, and she is showing various signs of pestilence. Now, is pestilence the plague? Is pestilence a fear? Like, is Winnie showing signs of a fear? More subjects like this could greatly contribute to advancing our research. What research, though? I would be honored to cleanse her so that she cannot spread the plague and become free herself from the suffering that would otherwise have been befallen. Okay. So I would be honored to cleanse her so that she cannot spread the plague and become free herself and become free. Okay. So he's honored to cleanse her so that way she can be free from the suffering that would otherwise have become or befallen her. Interesting. I will keep you informed and let you know all of the patient's idiosyncrasies. Ooh, tongue-tied knows a word. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get that one. Idiosyncrasies. Syncrasies. See, now I'm fucking it up. I cannot thank you enough for your trust, Master. Sincerely, J.K. Knight. The hell is J.K. Knight? And what does that say down at the bottom? FD542 revision 3 RD912566726 PARM. Top secret. You got the plague doctor in top left. Winnie looks like in the top right. J.K. Knight. Who the hell is J.K. Knight? So it's J.K. Knight sending this sending this letter to the Honorable Master, who is Dr. Crow. So Dr. Crow's the master, and J.K. Knight is his underling, his partner, his like right hand person. Like is Dr. Crow the master, and then J.K. Knight is like second in charge? I cannot thank you enough for your trust, Master. Sincerely, J.K. Knight. Who the hell is J.K. Knight? She looks familiar. Should we know? Yeah, she looks familiar. I think she's part of the other group. We saw her in the group chat. Yeah, right. And I also know where we know her from the secret chat website. Right. Hang on, says Shadow. J.K. Knight. Is J.K. Knight also Dr. Crow? Is it like one and the same? Is it just like separate personalities? Like, is it possible that J.K. Knight and Dr. Crow are the same person, but they talk to each other? Like, it's all just like in their head. I have no idea. I'm starting to create theories out of thin air right now. All right. In the file properties, I can see that it hasn't been touched for months. But today, it has already been opened 8 times. Why is Dr. Crow suddenly so interested in this file again? That's a good question. I don't understand that file at all. Do you have any idea why? Can you find out more about the file? I wonder if Shadow has any idea why. Why all of a sudden Dr. Crow is interested in Winnie again. Is Winnie still out there, maybe? Well, I don't know. Does that letter, the patient letter, does that mean that Winnie was captured and J.K. Knight is doing something to Winnie? Zoe's online. Hello, Zoe. Shadow, not really. I'll keep my eyes open. Oh, hi. Hi, Zoe. Hi, tongue-tied. Hi, Zoe. So Shadow, this is not really. I'll keep my eyes open. I have a feeling this freak isn't done yet with the other group. But I could also be totally wrong about that. Finally, Zoe's online. Maybe now we'll find out more. Yeah, let's talk to Zoe. Zoe should know who Winnie is. So Zoe says, hi, tongue-tied. Sorry, I just got your text now. No problem, Zoe. I'm happy that you got back to me. What is this? Secret chat notifications. Karsten is online. Interesting. So Karsten's online? Oh, I logged in under Carson's account. Right. So it was you who logged in with Carson's account. I was already wondering why he's breaking his own rules. I won't even ask how you got his login details. Don't ask. I won't tell you. It's not important. I'm just know, Zoe, that I'm a good guy. I'm trying to help, and I want to get to the bottom of what Dr. Crow is, and now I need to figure out who J.K. Knight is. Like, what the hell? So I didn't get them from him. Good, then I don't need to answer that either. I know a hacker. That's all you need to know. Say nothing. Should we tell her about the hacker? I don't think Shadow wants... I don't think Shadow wants everyone else to know about Shadow. And I say that because I don't know if Shadow's a guy or girl yet. But I don't think Shadow wants to know. I mean, if Shadow wanted people to know that Shadow is working with me, then I would have already told the other group. I would have told the people in my group. So I'm not going to tell Zoe yet. I'm sure it'll come out eventually. But I'll just let Zoe know, like, look, I didn't get him from him, winky face. Like, that should be enough to tell Zoe, like, hey, I got him. Maybe I have this contact. Maybe I have this special way with technology. You know, I've got my own little secrets that get me information. That's all you need to know. Yeah, I thought so. I'm much more interested in why you guys are in danger anyway. Let me guess, you have problems with a certain masked doctor. You are absolutely right, Zoe. How did you know that? That's one way to put it. Before I answer that, I need to know if I can trust you. Ooh, can we trust Zoe? I feel like we can because of what we saw in the secret chat, but we should ask her anyways. Can't have enough trust, right? There's always room for a little extra. And what if Zoe was like a double agent? What if Zoe was helping Dr. Crow and whoever J.K. Knight is? Can I trust you, Zoe? I feel like I can, but can I? I get that, of course, tongue-tied. I'll give you a quick call and tell you why I was contacted by this group. The story with Dr. Crow is much bigger than you suspect, and shedding light on this story from every angle is in my blood as a blogger. So Zoe's a blogger. So I thought she was like a journalist or a reporter or something like that. She's actually a blogger. I didn't read the last message, but we have Zoe calling us now. Let's go ahead and answer. What's going on, Zoe?
Okay, I better start from the beginning. I hope you've got some time. So here's the thing. A few months back, I watched this documentary on how sightings of the plague doctors have been increasing in our area. So then I did a little bit of research and I published a small article on the subject on my blog. Then not long after that, this guy named Carsten contacted me and he told me about his friends Winnie, Katya, and Sid. They all went to high school together and they were in the same classes. Anyway, I better text you the rest. That way you can read it as many times as you want to.
Interesting. Katya. I was saying her jam name wrong this whole time. And there's like a subscriber, a viewer of mine, that comments on a lot of stuff, and I always say her name wrong, apparently. Katya. Okay. I apologize, Katya. I think that's how you say it. All right. Sorry for the bad quality. My Wi-Fi has been down since this morning. Where was I? Yes. Carson refused to tell me anything at first because he was afraid of being spied on. I then suggested the secret chat site to him. This provider is considered to be a particularly secure. At least I thought so. 4 of the group agreed to do it. Only the 5th, Chris, was dead against it. The other 4 then told me about the strange messages and about a mysterious person with a beak mask. So the Dr. Crow. So Chris was against it. Why was Chris so against it? And we know that Sid was a part of that group, but Sid was the one that went missing. What kind of messages are they? Premium content option. It started off pretty harmless. He was talking about some sort of disease they were supposedly affected by. Right, I understand. The pestilence, the plague. Oh, this is a picture. Your chances of recovery are very high at this stage. I can help you beat this disease for good. Bruno, cut the crap. Oh, so they think that Carson thinks that this is Bruno, like a friend of theirs maybe. Bruno, cut the crap. We know it's you. If you keep touching your wounds, they can't heal. I'll touch you later, Bruno, but not gently. Wonder what he meant by that. I'll touch you later, Bruno. I really don't have time for this right now, guys. Great. That's just great. I can't leave the group. Guys, it's important. I'm at work. Oh, is it important I'm at work? Okay. So yeah, the beaked mask, the beak mask. Mysterious person with a beak mask. But it soon became clear that this whole story was anything but harmless. Because all of a sudden, creepy, mysterious animal symbols appeared at their houses. This one's a spider, apparently. So maybe arachnophobia? I think Roxy in our group is afraid of spiders. Interesting. But that was just the beginning. That's why Karsten and I had a deal. I agreed to help them find out who this plague doctor is, and in return, I'd be allowed to report exclusively on their case. But then something terrible happened. One person from the group, Sid, disappeared without a trace. Right, we knew that Sid disappeared. Police are urgently looking for clues. Simeon K, aka Sid, is missing without a trace. Obvious. Student missing. 23-year-old student disappeared without a trace. Shortly after midnight last Monday, Simeon K, called Sid by his friends, leaves the fraternity house on... This is wrong. Oh man, Slate. I apologize. I can't get it. Sklob. I know it's not a B. Like I know it's not pronounced with a B, but it's Sklostrabe. This was the last time he was seen. Police are now desperately seeking witnesses who saw anything or can share more information about his disappearance. A violent crime is no longer excluded from the investigators. When Simeon K was last seen, he was wearing a light brown jacket, a white shirt with beige pants. Beige pants and brown shoes. His most distinctive features was his sash, which identified him as a member of the Sigma Solaris fraternity. Interesting. Anyone who can say anything about his disappearance should please contact the police emergency number on the specially set up number. So yeah, Simeon K went missing. Sid, which we knew. Everything suggests that the plague doctor kidnapped him, and there has been no trace of him ever since. I wanted to help them save Sid and uncover everything. But after his disappearance, the group went into hiding, and they have stopped contact with me. Since then, I have heard nothing more from them or from any plague doctors until you logged in with Karsten's accounts just now. So all of the clues points towards Sid being kidnapped by the plague doctor. What did these animal symbols mean? What could be the motive of Dr. Crow? Why was Sid kidnapped? All really good questions. Hopefully we can ask each one of them, but I don't know if we will. I'm not sure if we'll be able to ask each one of them. We might only be given one question to ask. So which one's the most important question to ask? What do these animal symbols mean? That might be important. If Zoe here knew what the animal symbols meant and had a good idea what they meant, like if it meant something along the lines of their greatest fear or something that they were really afraid of, that fits the MO of Dr. Crow. What could be the motive of Dr. Crow? What was Sid kidnapped, or why was Sid kidnapped? That's the other thing we could ask, like, what would be the motive of Dr. Crow? Like, why would he kidnap Sid? These might all go to the same answer, though. So let's, what did these animal symbols mean? I think that's a good question, because that might relate to what we're currently going through with our group. It might. Unfortunately, we don't really know. Of course you don't. So we have no idea if it's anything to do or anything has any kind of similarities with our current situation. We did have assumptions, though. We thought, for example, the animals could stand for certain characteristics, or that they could stand for things that happened in the past, but none of this could be confirmed. But these animal symbols were only the beginning. After that, things got much worse. Oh God, Winnie's sister, just thinking about still makes me sick. What happened with Winnie's sister? That's why we have to stop him. What happened to... What kind of symbols have the others received? What happened? I want to know what happened to Winnie's sister. Oh, no, but I got to use the premium content. All right, so for anyone that's watching this right now, I need to know what happened to Winnie's sister. I'm gonna do the premium content because we have to. But if you're watching this right now and you picked what happened to Winnie's sister, please comment below. Let me know what the response was to what happened to Winnie's sister. Hopefully it's not like I'm missing a video or something like that. That would be awful. All right. Premium content alert. What kind of symbols have the others received? Maybe it'll be more pictures that Zoe will send us. Wait, I should have another picture saved somewhere. Okay. Does Zoe have a profile? She does. Okay. We've already seen these pictures, I think, of Zoe. She has an Instagram as well. But yeah, I think we've already actually seen these pictures of Zoe. Yeah. I think we've already seen all the pictures of Zoe. Here's another. Oh, it's a wolf. Is that blood? Definitely looks like a wolf, though. So a spider and a wolf. This is what Carson had received. There's one more thing I want to show you. Here's what happens when you don't take Dr. Crow seriously. Maybe this is a picture of this. Oh, it's a video. Could be a video of what happened to Winnie's sister, maybe. I don't know. But this is a video of the other 4 characters. The other 4 people. This was after Sid refused to perform a task. Well, now it's your turn. Please tell me everything that happened to you. Oh, so now we got to tell her. All right, well, let's go ahead and watch this video first and see what happens. So this was what happened after Sid refused to perform a task. Wow, that was fast. What? Oh, Shadow. I forwarded your chat history to her. We've got no more time to lose. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this video. Patient Simeon incurable. Did that mean that? Does that mean that Dr. Crow took out Simeon? Dr. Crow, did Dr. Crow take out Sid? Uncurable. Huh. I've got a bit of reading to do now, I guess. Thanks for forwarding that. Talk to you later. Interesting. Shadow, I assume that this was also in your interest. We shouldn't waste time with unnecessary explanations. Yeah, that makes sense, Shadow. It's probably good that you just forwarded over to her. That way I didn't have to go through and possibly I wouldn't, but possibly make a mistake in giving her the wrong details or the wrong information. That is possible. It happens, not on purpose, but it could happen. Data protection is not exactly your thing, is it? No problem. It was a good idea. Are you sure we can trust Zoe? Look, I don't know if we can trust Zoe. I think we can. I don't see why not. But either way, no problem. It was a good idea, Shadow. Glad you agree. Yes. Anyway, what is much more important is what we just found out. The tasks seem to be getting more and more brutal. And the fact that Sid was kidnapped, I have 1,000 thoughts going through my head right now. Right, like Clara, like why Clara was kidnapped. Scares the hell out of me too. The kidnapping only confirmed our fears, and we can possibly expect the same thing. Look, I think it definitely just confirmed our fears that when you get kidnapped, nothing good happens. Which we already know that Claire has been like undergoing some brutal treatment as it is. Kidnapping only confirmed our fears. Not really. Yeah, we've seen this picture. That was the word guilty. The word guilty on our wall. Think about it for a second. Sid was kidnapped by Dr. Crow because he refused to do one of his tasks. Everything indicates that Claire was in the same situation. I don't even want to know what that scumbag asked her to do. I'm afraid you're right, and what may be ahead of us, but I still don't understand why she didn't tell you about it. Yeah, if you have a friend that you know is a legitimate hacker, why wouldn't you mention it to said friend? Maybe she didn't want to put me in danger. All of this is so insane. I feel like I'm in a never-ending nightmare, but it's not too late yet. We have to rescue Claire and stop Dr. Crow before he has a chance to give you any insane tasks. Hopefully, Zoe can give us some more info soon. And apart from that, let's hope that I find something in Claire's apartment later. Keep your fingers crossed, tongue-tied. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Lucy. Hey, tongue-tied. Hi, Lucy. I can't wait to talk to Lucy, but we're going to talk to Lucy in the next video. So, just to go back on what Zoe had to say, just to reflect a little bit. So, Zoe is a blogger. She wants to talk about, she wants the exclusive rights to what's going on with Dr. Crow and Sid's kidnapping and all of that. And that's why she's doing all this. That's why she's essentially helping. She gave us some information about Dr. Crow, what he was doing with the other group, but it was different, right? So they were getting pictures of animals or creatures. We're getting dolls. What's the similarity between the dolls that we're receiving that's been closely resembling our fears, like what we fear, compared to the previous group who was getting these animals? And what do the animals represent? And I don't even think Zoe knew what the animals represent either. So what's the similarities between what Dr. Crow sent the previous group and what he's sending us? And who the hell is J.K. Knight? Dr. Crow's peon, probably. I have no idea. Maybe we'll find out here soon. Hope you guys are enjoying the healing. And if you're enjoying this playthrough, hit that like button. Let me know what your theories are in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.